Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing a quarterback tier list for all the quarterbacks in the upcoming season. You see I got my tiers here. I went and just, if they haven't played like, Sam Howell or the rookies, I went and just put them in this tier because I'm not going to grade guys off like we haven't seen. So those are there. We got our Kermit tier. Behind that we got superstars, franchise dudes, could win with a good team comeback if you saw my OG tier list video, which probably no one did. Solid backup. They're okay starting, but you'd rather them be a good backup. And then those patties need some flipping. McDonald's could use some help. So let's go ahead and get right into the video. First up, Cooper Rush. Solid backup. I'm going to try and go a little faster through this video through these guys, but he's just solid backup. He's a good player. You don't necessarily want him starting, but he can fill in, and that's exactly what he is right now. Sam Darnold. I'm going to put solid backup for Sam Darnold. He hasn't shown me enough to say that he could be a starter, but I don't think he's a bad dude to have on the team just with his talent. Justin Fields, I'm going to put just above those dudes and could win with a good team. He hasn't shown me enough to show that he can be a franchise guy yet. If he has a good season, I'd happily move him up to like franchise or superstar depending on what he does. But from what I've seen so far, I think he could win with a good team. Don't know if he's necessarily in that superstar level yet. Jalen Hurts, he's a superstar. I think he did enough to prove that he put himself up in that tier. As an Eagles fan, I was a little wary about Jalen Hurts even after the regular season last year. But after that Super Bowl run and his performance in the Super Bowl, you can't argue with that dude in superstar. Geno Smith, I'm going to go franchise. I think he's a little older, but man, Geno Smith had an incredible year last year, and I'm going to put him in franchise for now. Mac Jones, Mac Jones is hard because he had a really good rookie year and then a really bad second year. I'm going to attribute a lot of that to coaching and put him just below Justin Fields here. I think that he could still be good with a good team around him. I think the coaching was a little bit weird last year. I'm going to say that he has a better year this year and put him in here with it, could win with a good team. Ryan Tannehill, for me, is the definition. I'll put him right in between here. I can't put him right in between here, but Ryan Tannehill is the definition for me of could win with a good team. When he's with a good team, he goes to the playoffs and he's had success. When he's not with a good team, he doesn't have success. That's almost the definition of that tier. Josh Allen, I'm putting up right here behind Jalen Hurts. They're in a very similar tier to me. But, Jalen Hurts has gone to the Super Bowl, something Josh Allen hasn't done, so that's why I'd slight Hurts. But right behind him, I think is pretty fair. Jimmy G is right in this definition here of could win with a good team too. He's a little bit on the back of the end of his career, and actually, to be fair, if we're putting now, I'm gonna slide him here, back end. He still could with a good team. We've seen with the Niners, with a good team he can win, so I think he's perfect right there. Jordan Love is hard, man. We haven't seen Jordan Love at all. I want to throw Jordan Love here in the not played, but I feel like that's kind of a cop-out. So I'm going to stick him here to be safe because I do think he could be good. I don't really know what he is yet, so don't get mad at me for putting. I'm just kind of a placeholder. We'll see where he is after this year. Andy Dalton, I think Andy Dalton's a solid backup. If he comes in and plays a game or two, you're not stressing. You're not looking elsewhere to trade for a quarterback. If he needs to play 2 games, you're fine with it. But you don't want Andy Dalton as your starter. Jacoby Brissett, I think, is the best backup in the league. I don't want Jacoby Brissett starting 15 games for me. But if Jacoby Brissett has to come in for 6 games, I think he's really good, and he's shown that throughout his career. And that's why I definitely have him here as solid backup. I think he might be the best backup in the league, honestly. I think he's an incredible backup quarterback. So we'll keep him there. Next up, we got Danny Dimes. I'm going to put him here with, you know what? He had a better season than Mac. I'll put him above Mac, but I think he could win with a good team. I don't think Danny Dimes is going to carry a team, but you saw when you put good coaching and a good offensive structure around him, I think he's competent, so he could win with that good team, but he's not going to carry a team. Lamar Jackson, the whole offseason saga, just to still being superstar. I think he's going to be at the bottom of superstar here. Talent's just undeniable. The MVP, he's done it all. He just needs to have playoff success. That's why I slightly have him below Allen and Hurts, because those dudes have had success in the playoffs in the big games. Lamar hasn't, but he's still a superstar, so he's still going to be there. Joey B is going to be the top of the superstar tier. I slide him just above Jalen Hurts. They've both kind of had this similar success in terms of both losing in the Super Bowl. Joe Burrow just has another extra year of success under his belt than Jalen Hurts, so that's kind of why I just give him that slight nod. But these 4 dudes like are all the superstar quarterbacks. You're happy paying these dudes $200 million, any of them. Tua Tagovailoa. Ooh, this one, I'm going to put him at the bottom of franchise because I do think he's a really good quarterback. Injuries are really the issue with him. If he stays healthy, I think that Dolphins team, competes in a hell of a game with the Dolphins Dolphins. He is on the Dolphins with the Bills in that first round. I think they had a good chance at beating the Bills, honestly, if he would have played. I mean, they were competitive with Skylar Thompson, so I think he's a good quarterback. Injuries are scary, and if you want to put him lower because of injuries, I wouldn't say you're wrong, but I just personally think he's there. Brock Purdy is Mr. Could win with a good team too. I think he had a little bit of rookie magic, beginner's luck, as they say this year. We'll see if he keeps it up in the future, but I mean, he's done more than a lot of these other dudes. People would argue franchise, but I'm gonna put him with could win with a good team. We saw Jimmy G have similar success with that Niners team, so I still don't think he's gonna carry a team or be good like some of the other dudes. But with a good team, he could win. It's making me think Tua's down. I'm putting Tua here, man. Tua. I'm putting Tua there. Tua's in could win with a good team. Taysom Hill's a solid backup if he has to play a game or so, but if he plays every game and teams are starting to game plan against him, that's not really what you want. You kind of, part of him is that element of surprise and not getting a lot of snaps. You don't know what you're getting, so you don't really want him as a full-time starter, but if he comes in, it is what it is. Drew Lock, I mean, McDonald's needs some workers, buddy. Go ahead and get in there. I don't think we need to spend much time on that one. Matt Stafford's still a franchise quarterback. He's had his injuries, but I mean, he won a Super Bowl. I mean, you got to give that man the credit. Put him in franchise quarterback. I didn't even realize this was Bailey Zappi. Oh my gosh. Woo-wee. So let's put Mac Jones here and Bailey Zappi. Oh my gosh. I don't even know how I didn't know that was Bailey Zappi. Those two dudes might as well be twins. Look at these two. My bad. Bailey Zappi is going to go in this tier. I'm putting Bailey Zappi down here, honestly. He looked good in like the game and a half he played or so, but we just need to see more from Bailey Zappi. I don't feel comfortable ranking him. I guess Jordan Love could be a similar situation, but Jordan Love is at least starting, so I'll give him, at least try and rank him, whereas Zappi's not even going to be starting, so I'm putting him down here. Sorry if that's a cop-out. Kenny Pickett. I'm going to put Kenny Pickett right here. I think Kenny Pickett had a really solid season. He wasn't crazy great. He wasn't bad. He just had a really solid season. He made good plays. He made some good throws. You want to see more from him to solidify himself as a franchise quarterback. I definitely wouldn't be telling with that argument. But, I mean, he's a dude that from what we've seen, I think he can have some really good success because that Steelers team was not that good and he had solid success there. So I think you put a better team and I think he could win. I put him slightly below these guys because, they've had a little bit more. Just feels a more individual success. Purdy's had more team success. And Tua has had more team success when he was playing. So I give them the slight nod. But I liked what I saw from Kenny Pickett. I'll say he's a solid quarterback right in the middle. My guy, Trevor Lawrence. I have seen enough to put him as a superstar, man. Some people will argue franchise, but, man, the talent is undeniable with Trevor Lawrence. He was on an awful team with an awful coach his first year. I mean, that Urban Meyer, you cannot take anything from his rookie year with that Urban Meyer. So I'm looking at this last year, made it to the playoffs, incredibly awful start to the playoff game, and then incredible finish to the playoff game. And then he played really well in Kansas City too. I thought they came up short, but I still thought he played a solid game. And just like I said, the talent, I'm up there to put him at superstar. Go ahead and argue me if you want, but man, I like what I've seen from Trevor Lawrence this last year. Mike White is going to be one of our classic solid backs. I'll put him right behind Cooper Rush here. These are your tiers of these three dudes are your best backups. You're happy with Brissett, Rush, and Mike White, just solid players. Teddy Bridgewater, oof. I'm gonna give him the respect he deserves for his career and the awful injury he had in the start and put him at the bottom of solid backup. But McDonald's is looking enticing for him. That's all I'm going to say. I do love Teddy Bridgewater, though. The story, man, what an incredible story. Davis Mills. You know what? I think Davis Mills was a starter and didn't have as much success as they were maybe hoping to see. I don't think he can win with a good team, but I think if you have Davis Mills as a backup, you're going to be happy in your franchise. Like, I don't think you're going to be worried if he has to play a game or two. You just don't want him as your starter, so I'll put him in the solid backup tier. Gardner Minshew, I mean, I'll put Gardner Minshew up here at the top of solid backup. That's my guy. Gardner Minshew, I think is solid backup. You don't want him starting. You saw when he had to start a couple games with the Eagles, when teams kind of start game planning around him. Even if you have an incredible team like the Eagles, the Saints are still going to shut him down. But when he comes off the bench and he has to play a little bit, like he lit up the Cowboys. He's a really up and down guy. I don't want Gardner Minshew as my starter, but I love that man as a backup. So right there is good for me. Matt Ryan had an incredible career. But if he wants to keep making money, McDonald's is a better bet than being a starter in the NFL. I'm sorry. He had an incredible career, but I just think it's over for him. Like I said, you get like 3 years ago, I think he could be up here. But Matty Ice down hanging out with Drew Lock nowadays. I should have put like an old guys, but that's what I did last time. But we're not doing that this time. Next up, we got Dak Prescott. I'm putting Dak Prescott right here. No, I lied. I'm putting Dak Prescott in franchise. I played with y'all. To be fair, I'm taking Dak Prescott over all these dudes. I know a lot of people like to hate on Dak Prescott, and as an Eagles fan, I'm supposed to hate him, but like I got more respect for him than a lot of people, which is weird as an Eagles fan. But I mean, like, dude's a really good player. He's not like a superstar that's gonna carry a team. But, like, you put talent. I mean, this dude's accurate. He can light up the scoreboard. It's really his interceptions that killed him last year. This dude's just so inconsistent, but like the dude has the talent. He's a solid player. I gotta give him credit where credit's due. Put him in franchise, so I'll give my respect to Dak, even as an Eagles fan. Coming up next, we got Russell Wilson. Ooh, baby. Ooh, this is hard. Cause like, man, bro, you go back like a year and a half, and I'm putting Russell Wilson here. You go based off of last year, I'm thinking McDonald's, that $13 an hour is looking nice. I'll throw him in franchise for what he's done, and you were hoping that was just a down year with a really weird team. Man, Russ is hard. I'm giving the respect for his career to put him in franchise for now. He has another season like last, and trust me, he's going to be hanging out with Matt Ryan. But for now, we'll put him in franchise. Give him a little credit. Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray's a franchise dude. I'll take him over Russ today. I won't take him over Stafford. I'll take him over Stafford, man. I think Kyler Murray's been getting so disrespected lately. I think he has a little overrated for a while, and his contract is awful. But when you look at it, I mean, it's still Kyler Murray. This still dude has incredible talent. He's gonna miss this whole next year. He might get traded if they get the number one pick. Like, if you get the number one pick, you gotta take Caleb Williams, and then he might be gone. Who knows? Maybe they get Marvin Harrison for him. But we gotta stop this. He's still an incredible player. He's still a franchise guy. Malik Willis. Man, I love Malik Willis. I was really rooting for this dude. He had struggles, but like the talent's still there. I don't think he should be looking at McDonald's jobs. I'm going to go ahead and put... So, like, if I'm looking at these solid backups, if I was a backup, I'd take Gardner. I would take Brissett. I'll take Cooper Rush. I'll take him. But honestly, okay, Sam Darnold's getting disrespected. We're moving Sam Darnold up, and we're putting him right here. If you're telling me I need a backup for my team, I'd rather take a risk on Malik Willis and his running ability than sitting with, like, Andy Dalton or Teddy Bridgewater. So I'm going to put Malik Willis right there. That's probably how a lot of people hate Malik Willis and think he'll never play again. I forgot Anthony Richardson. But, man, I still just see that talent. And the dude is, like, a good dude. Like, he wants to be good. All the stories are he's all in and out of the playbook. He's first in the meetings, that kind of personality that wants to be good. And I just think he'll put it together. It might take a long time. But I want to believe in that dude. I like Malik Willis, so I'll put him there. Trey Lance is another hard one. I'm going to put him – I'm gonna be safe. I'm going to be safe. Go ahead and cry me in the comments for not ranking him, but like, bro, we've seen a game and a half of Trey Lance. I think he should easily be there started week 1. I think you spent so much on this dude, you got to see what he's worth. If you just want to run back to Sam Darnold, go ahead and do it. I think we know what Sam Darnold is at this point. Trey Lance, the talent still, that's like, with his talent, I would want to put him here, but he hasn't shown enough for me to put him there, and I don't feel comfortable putting him with the likes of these dudes when he hasn't done anything. So I'm going to put him here and be safe. There we go. Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson disrespect is crazy, man. This dude has some bad performances, but like the talent is still there. I say he's getting disrespected and put him as at the bottom of solid backup, but like, to be fair, like he has had some bad games, but I mean the arm talent's still there. That, like, I'd still be willing to take a risk on Zach Wilson as like a backup quarterback. I'm not totally out on him yet, so I can't put him at McDonald's. So he's staying there. You know, we'll see what he does in the future. Jameis Winston is also a solid backup who I would personally take. I mean, Andy Dalton played better than him, so I'm going to put him right between. We got the little Saints row right here. Like that, Saints row, the game. Yeah, okay, moving on. Baker Mayfield is a guy who is better than these guys. Better than him. I'll take him over him. Actually, you know what? I'll take Baker Mayfield over a lot of these dudes as a backup quarterback. He's got heart, man, and at least he's gonna play. Like we saw with that Rams game against the Raiders. I mean, the dude's got heart. He's gonna play. I definitely don't think he should be your starter, Tampa Bay. But yeah. Moving on, we got the one and only Kermit. His throwing at the top, you can't argue, man. Well, this dude's just done everything. He's won his 2 Super Bowls. He's made it to another. Has his MVPs. He's boringly good at this point. Got to give the man Mahomes his credit up at the top. Justin Herbert, I'm putting right here. You know what? I'm sorry. Lawrence beat him, so he got to go below Lawrence. But I think he's still superstar. I mean, his talent, his processing ability, I think his just ability to play in structure is really good. He has some weird moments. I don't know how they blew that 27-0 lead, but the numbers speak for themselves with Herbert. I'm still a Herbert guy. I think he's still a superstar. Rodgers is still here in superstar. I'll put him at the bottom because I think he's aging, and like if you were to tell me, I'll take these guys over him right now. But he's still got to give his respect. He's still a superstar. I mean, I think it was a weird team last year. I thought he still played solid last year. I mean, even with Green Bay, that team was so weird and up and down. I thought he still had some solid moments for that team. So I'll put him there. Jared Goff is one of those definition of could win with a good team, and I'll take him over all these other guys here. I think he's your best role player quarterback if you had to say something. I think he was really good last year, but I also think the system and scheme really helped him out getting dudes open. So, like, I don't think he's going to carry a team. He's not a franchise guy, but you put a good team around him, and I think he could win some games. That's why he's in that tier. Kirk Cousins, my man. I'm taking Jared Goff over Kirk Cousins right now. I'm sorry, but Jared Goff, like Kirk Cousins, do something more for me in a big game, Kirk, can you do something for me? Like, no, he can't. He can't do anything for you. So put a good team, and he can win a couple games, but I still don't trust him, so I'll take Goff over him. Mariota is a solid backup. I'll take Mariota here around like a Baker level. I'll take him just below Baker. He's kind of past his prime. I don't know how big his prime was, but Eagles got him as a backup. I'm like, yeah, sure. I'm not ecstatic about it. I'm not mad about it. It just kind of is what it is, so I'll put him there. Desmond Ridder I should put here because he hasn't really played. We need to see more from him. I think he'll be here. If I had to guess, like, after this season where we're going to rank him, I think he'll be in a good win with a good team. I think he has the traits to be a solid quarterback that could win with a good team. We just haven't seen enough, so I'll put him there. Derek Carr is going to fit in nicely right above Kirk Cousins. Because remember, Kirk ain't doing nothing for you, Drake. So he's going to go right there. I think he could win with a good team. I don't think he's going to carry a team. I think that just kind of is what it is. Last up, I'm going to be honest. I had to search up. I forgot who this was. We got Colt McCoy for some reason. He's a good locker room guy. I'll give him his credit. I'll give Colt McCoy, the Hard Knock legend, some credit as a solid backup. He is what it. Colt McCoy is what he is. I don't know how Colt McCoy made this list. The only last thing, let me know what you guys thought of this tier list anyway in the comments, who you would change, blah, blah. all the normal stuff. The only question I have for you guys in the comments is, who the hell is this? This guy right here, put him at the bottom. Let me know who that is, because I'll be honest, I spent about 5 minutes trying to figure out who he is. I feel like I know a lot of NFL players, and I got no idea who this is. So let me know who this is here that I'm circling at the bottom, because Lord no, oh, he's not even showing up on the screen. It went off the screen, but I'll go ahead and show you guys here. This guy right here at the bottom. Let me know who this guy is, because I don't know. Anyways, I'll see you guys for the next video. Thank you for watching.